think you told me how to undo slow-mo originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it still flickers.
Right, because it's like taking in all the light.
Right, so it looks like I just have terrible electricity in this apartment. The 2 times it happened to me.
Yeah, dude. What's been going on? The audience of the listeners probably can't hear it, but there's just like a steady stream of cheering going on outside.
Dude, yeah, so it's Marathon Sunday here in New York City, and you're probably thinking, oh, they probably start when? 11, 12, 8 a.m.
Yeah, but 8 a.m. one year I had to film the New York City Marathon for like a gig, and
What is that? For who?
this like company, because like in order to get in the New York City Marathon, you either have to be like sponsored by a charity or sponsored by a company who's donating money to a charity, or you have to be like an Olympic rated, like a world class runner athlete, or you can win the lottery. There's like a lottery where you can
you
just
can
like
do
throw your name in, and if they pick your name, you can just like run in the marathon.
Or don't you could also run 10 races, and you have to volunteer for one, and then you're in.
Oh, you could do that too?
I know a couple people that did that, which is insane.
That's
you
like
have
so
to
much
run to
work.
run.
Yeah. Well, when I was saying when I got in here, like, if you really wanted to do it, you could just put like a fake bib on, like the fake like
No
thing,
one.
and just run.
Do you think people are checking when you get there?
They're probably checking you in, and like, but like, even if you kind of just jump in, because the starting line, first of all, they have to like be up and out of their hotels at like 4 a.m. because like,
Right.
it's even though does the first heat go off at 8 a.m.?
Yeah, wheelchairs. I looked it up this morning. I was like, who the hell is running at 8:30? No one.
Right.
They're wheeling.
Right, but they're still all forming out there like earlier than 8.
Yes, they're greasing their wheels.
They got to get out there at like, because it starts in Staten Island.
Which is insane.
Right.
Which is where all the hotels are, right in Fidei, right by where we should have done shows this weekend. But the venue canceled again.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude, 2 weeks in a row we haven't had a show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to try Dia de los Muertos. I'm like, at an Irish sports bar, you idiots. Guess how many people were there? 9. We checked.
You got it surveillance in there.
We literally walked through. Good. Actually, I went to the Nets game. Shout out to Mayhole. Got season ticks
Whoa.
to the Nets.
Are they any good?
Dude, the most electric event I've been to in a while.
Really?
It's like they fully understand no one cares about this team. Sold out, which blew my mind.
Who are
I
they
didn't know
playing?
anyone went to Nets games.
Who are they playing?
The Bulls, who also are terrible. But at least the Bulls are the Bulls.
Right.
You know? The Nets, who cares?
Right.
Apparently, roughly 13,000 people. Dude, music nonstop, energy through the roof. Mayhole got seats connected. They have a 40-40 club in the Barclays Center. So we're at the 40-40 club, full spread.
Damn, those are his season tickets?
I don't know if those seats specifically are the season tickets or he got a deal because he has season tickets. But he has season tickets.
That's great.
Sick.
I remember growing up, my dad for a while we had Jets season tickets.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he grew up a Giants fan and wanted Giants, but like people put their kids on waiting lists
Right.
for those. Like I grew up a guy, I'm sure you knew people too, where that's like, yeah, my son's on the waiting list, so when he becomes a man, he'll be eligible for Giants season tickets when he's 47.
That's a white trash bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
You become a man when you get season ticket rights.
When you're eligible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But so my dad he couldn't get them, and he ended up, there's like a thing with season tickets where if you have the season tickets, you could almost like timeshare them out to people.
Oh, is that allowed?
I don't know, maybe different. I don't know how legal or illegal it is.
Okay.
Like, I think there's like a lot of, the way I kind of remember is like my dad paid in cash for them.
That would be the most New Jersey thing, to pay for Jets season tickets.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah, because like maybe there was like some loophole where you weren't supposed to do it, but he did it, and I don't know. So yeah, we had them for a little while.
As an investment.
I think it was just like something like to do, like for me, my dad, and my brother to do, like growing up. Like it was just like, oh, we'll go to like I could afford these tickets. Be something for us to like do.
What's the point of working hard if you can't enjoy nice things?
Yeah, do something with your kids.
Right.
But yeah, we used to go. They were pretty decent They were pretty decent seats, and like, but they also came with we wouldn't tailgate. We would go to like I don't know, like at the time it was the Meadowlands, but it was like the bougie like pre-game.
Was it at the bottom?
Yeah, and there was an omelet station and like a waffle station.
I know exactly
and,
what you're talking about.
There was a guy doing a roast, cutting shit. It was like
I went once, and I felt like the richest person. I like look down on people to this day.
Yeah.
Because
it was great.
I experienced that.
We would look. I used to be like, Dad, you don't ever want to tailgate? He's like, for what?
With the pores?
Yeah.
I didn't work hard to stand in a parking lot, Chris.
Yeah. My dad was like not into that shit.
Were you Chrissy?
My parents always called me Christopher.
Full name.
Yeah.
What's the middle name?
Martin.
Really?
Christopher Martin Metcalfe. And here, you want to hear something even weirder? So my dad told me that he read somewhere that like phonetically, like in the world of linguistics, that names with odd syllables, like apparently like, I don't know what it is, but are like sound better, I guess, or something in some linguistic weird English grammar.
Like an odd number of syllables?
Yeah. So he made sure that my brother, sister, and I all had odd syllable names. So it's Christopher Martin Metcalfe, Sean Ryan Metcalfe, Aaron Rose Metcalfe. It's like
Sean Ryan isn't. That's not fancy though. Christopher Martin.
Well, I'm the first. You gotta go.
Good.
You gotta go baller with it.
That was a good one. Yeah. Well, boy, hindsight's 20/20 on that one, huh? Executive at Snapchat over here.
Yeah.
And the future king of comedy editing on the other side.
Yeah, seriously. Yo, check out Max Spinelli's special.
He just came on last week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, to promote.
Nice.
Shout out to him, dude. Thanks for the 700 views on the app. Not bad.
Nice.
Yeah. We just also hit 1 million views on the YouTube. Shout out to the gays, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Which episode?
Just
the
channel.
Cumulatively.
Yeah.
Nice. You should do the Patreon at the finishing line of the marathon. You get some real great feet stuff going on there.
Oh my God, their feet are probably
people
all
taking their
torn up.
shoes off. Yeah, they're in their at the end of the race, their tired feet getting in sandals.
Fantastic idea.
Wrapping up in the tinfoil.
We should go there to get their feet, and then let's fly to Darfur and get some child soldier feet.
That's pedophilia. You can't.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I can't do that.
Is it pedophilia if a kid's feet?
Yeah. Okay, we'll just fly to Darfur. And we'll find someone. There's got to be a supervisor or something.
We'll find legally aged, barely legal refugee feet,
right?
Or whatever you call them, feet.
Someone that's they've been wearing tuxedo shoes, fighting in those wars for how many years now?
Yeah.
Of age,
tuxedo shoes and an old Charlotte Hornets jersey.
Yeah. That's how you know what side people are fighting on in Darfur. Yeah. The color, are you home or away? Clip it.
So funny, dude. That's so fucking funny. Wait, did I see you? Was I on here since I got back from Costa Rica?
I didn't even know you went to Costa Rica.
Dude, have you been to Costa Rica?
No, but I've heard great things.
Dude, it's fucking sick, bro.
What are you doing there?
I just went with my girlfriend on a
little
vacation. Yeah, we went for I think it was 8 days or something. Dude, it was fucking sick. I can't stop thinking about. We rented a car when we were there.
Okay.
First of all, just generally, we stayed at a beach. But dude, Costa Rica's like Jurassic Park on the beach without the dinosaurs. It's just rainforest,
it's a jungle.
Jungles, and then gorgeous fucking beaches. And just to paint a picture of the vibe. But dude, we rent a car at the airport. We had a 5-hour drive. Dude, we rent this car, brand new Ford. I'd have to look up what it was called. This Ford truck. It was kind of like
F-150.
No, dude, it was like a badass Explorer. It was like an Explorer, but more rugged and less like Long Island Mom and more this is made to go off road.
Well, this is gonna be very I don't know what xenophobic of me. How many roads are in Costa Rica?
Dude, there's roads, but bro, they're certain parts It's like there's a water ditch on either side with no barriers.
Yeah.
And then there's like when we were getting closer to where we were, Porta de Vera, whatever the fuck it's called. We were on like the Caribbean coast. Dude, we were on roads where there was a bridge to go over a river, but the bridge was only wide enough for one car. So and there's no traffic
both ways?
lights. Yes. So you'd get like a strip of cars where you're just like pulled off to the side so these cars could go through, and then there's like, oh, there's a break. Now you go through, and then like your end of the car start going through, dude. It's crazy.
What's it made out of rope too? You guys are swinging in the car?
Yeah. Well, bro, I mean, some of them were just like huge metal slabs, like over concrete. Like,
did
on
you
either
see?
end.
Like, were you aware that existed, or did you find out pulling up to the bridge?
I assumed that the roads weren't going to be like to the like built to the level that like American roads are, but I wasn't expecting a single lane bridge for pretty much all the bridges that I went over.
Pretty much your whole life.
But I also wasn't surprised.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they have bridges.
Yeah. But it was sick. But bro, most of the cars there, diesel.
Huh.
Bro, the gas mileage on diesel is sick.
You're going for.
I don't know why we're not using diesel.
There's got to be reasons.
I think it's because you heard about like the whole lead thing where like
what?
Like back in the day there was like lead in everything, like lead in paint, lead in pipes.
Yeah, that's why it tasted so good.
Well, yeah, but they realized that like violence was going up and like IQs were going down, and they correlated it to like the fact that like the country at large was essentially like, and the world was being like lightly lead poisoned, and like autism, like all this shit. So they started taking lead out of everything.
Autism was dropping,
and then they took lead out of everything, and then like rates of violence went down, IQs went up, and like this isn't like conspiracy shit. You could like look this up.
Call us in.
And so I think in that they went with, that's why it's called unleaded gas. It's diesel gas that they took the lead out of it because there's lead in diesel gas.
How'd you take the lead out of gas?
I mean, dude, I think lead can like, it's like one of those things like.
What is lead? It's in pencils.
It's like well, no, they use, I think, graphite now or something.
But it used to be lead.
It used to be lead. It's like a soft metal, so it can like come off in water and like microparticles. It could be like in the air, like if it's in all the shit.
So now there's micro lead, there's microplastics,
there's micro everythings.
Goddamn
all these people
dude.
talk about like that there's like plastic in you and stuff.
Didn't you? Yeah, there was some study they did like semen samples, and they're like there's microplastics in semen. Just sounds like, kind of like a kinky scientist. He's like, do you know how much microplastics in semen? They're like, you're a meteorologist. Why are you looking at this? He's like, I don't know,
dude.
At time.
These fucking scientists are fucking. They're at like the whims of rich people. That's why it's so funny. These like studies that they like they choose to do. Like some rich fuck had to be like, I'm funding this.
Well, for that one specifically, I could see like an NIH grant for the microplastics and semen study. I could get that. But there's some of them that you're like, oh, yeah, dolphins actually enjoyed the color violet. And you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, but
who sponsored that?
But these stats, I fucking hate these stats because, like, I see, like, you see them on, like, Instagram and shit where they'll be, like, just, like, one post and they'll be like, new study says that, ejaculating actually makes you work better. Like these like stupid stats like this.
And then it's like shared 1 million times because a bunch of guys sending it to their friends.
Yeah, and it's like, but then like you look at the study and it's like, oh, it like creates less distractions and like you're not thinking about sex as much. It's like these really obvious things.
Right.
But they just decided to like take like a research like look at it and it's just like, oh, okay, wow.
Oh, you think you need to do research there?
Yeah.
I could just tell you.
Right.
Yep.
Like where they're like, oh, I saw one recently. They're like, oh, research scientists say that your dog's dreams are about you. It's like, no shit. Like the dog is with me all the time. It lives with me. What else is it going to dream about?
It doesn't know anything.
Right.
It's a dog.
It only knows me.
That's it.
What else is it dreaming about?
Right.
It's like, oh, cool study.
Good job, guys. And they just pocket $5 million.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm the dog dream guy.
Oh, bro. It's so crazy, dude. It's so crazy.
And also, you see what's happening with the squirrel.
What do you mean?
Gigantic. You'll know this. What's the name of the squirrel? Call us in. The squirrel, he was in an animal sanctuary. He has 1 million followers on TikTok, 500,000 on Instagram. Something the squirrel, obviously.
It's just what, a fat squirrel?
It's a guy. He like the squirrel's mom got run over by a car when it was a baby, and then this guy picked it up and has been like fostering the squirrel for 7 years. And apparently, like the New York Department of like Forestry found out, came in, took the squirrel, euthanized it.
And now everyone's making a big deal about
And
it?
now this is a gigantic deal, and they're saying it's going to sway the election. I'm not even kidding. That's what people are saying.
Dude, I mean, I follow this family where they just have mad raccoons that they
This guy's
domesticate.
a raccoon, too.
Yeah, I found out a long time ago you could domesticate a raccoon. It's crazy.
What does that mean?
Like,
what do you mean you found that a long time ago?
well, dude, because in college, dude, we had this. We came back from like Christmas break, and these fucking raccoons were like living under our porch,
Right.
and we had to call an exterminator. And this guy like set a trap, and these fucking things, dude. He got this. He came over. The thing was in a fucking cage, and but the thing was like this big. And it's in the cage, and he throws a blanket over it. And we had like a small party going on in our house while this guy's doing it.
As he's doing this.
Yeah, and the girls are like out. These like our friends, these girls we were friends with, are like outside. They're like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna kill it, are you?" Meanwhile, the guy throws a blanket over the cage, and this raccoon is pulling the blanket in through the fucking.
Yeah, they have thumbs.
Bro, this thing was like rattling the cage and shit. And I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "Yeah, dude, what are you gonna do?" We're like offering him beer and pot. He's like, "Nah, man, I got jobs." He's in Connecticut. I don't know why I made him sound Southern, but
No, but that's probably
basically
what he
sounded
sounded
Southern.
like.
Yeah,
No, that sounds right.
And
He catches raccoons. Yeah, that's what he sounds
yeah,
like.
well, he's like, this one, I'll probably keep its fur. He's like, this is a big boy.
What?
Yeah, so he's gonna kill this one and like skin it. But he was like telling us, he's like, yeah, you can do all kinds of things with raccoons. He's like, we domesticated one. We had a pet one for a while. Like telling us, I was like, wait, you can domesticate these fucking things?
What does it mean you could do a whole bunch with a raccoon?
Skin them, eat them, domesticate them. Yeah, but he said they get like wild, dude. He said they get like, you have to raise them from when they're like little, because like they get like nuts.
Well, yeah, dude. You can't adopt a 7-year-old dog without it being crazy. Nevertheless, a raccoon. You can't just pick up a raccoon.
He told us, dude, he was telling us, he's like, I was like, because I'd never heard of anybody domesticating a raccoon. I was like, you domesticate a raccoon? He's like, you could domesticate a skunk. We had a skunk. You just de-skunk. You take the smell sack out of it. It's kind of like having a cat. That's what he said.
I don't think it's a smell sack.
But he said that they still smell anyway.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing,
But
dude.
they can't shoot that like goop at you.
Yeah, the spray.
Yeah. They like take that out of them.
Okay. Why? How boring is your life? Where you're like, I don't know, what should we do? What should we make our life mission? Domesticate animals no one wants.
Let's focus on these other animals, but people are ignoring.
Too many people have dogs and cats. Let's focus on the same size animals no one wants.
Forest dogs and cats.
That's what. Yeah, garbage versions of these things. Dude, my dad once caught a raccoon. This is a pretty infamous story for the Happles. We had a raccoon. Now, like my mom one day opened the door, the raccoon stared at her, and then just opened up the trash and ripped everything apart and threw it around. Like, fuck you. So my dad got a raccoon catcher, like a trap. They put an apple with peanut butter in it, and he's like, I'm going to catch this thing and kill it. And we're like, oh, yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Like 2 days later, he caught a gigantic raccoon. We're like, all right, you going to kill it? And he's like, holy shit. I don't know what to do.
So wait, what did he do with it?
So then His plan was to fill one of the garbage cans up with water and drown it. And my mom was like, "That's insane. Like, you're not gonna do that." It's also, I don't think
you're
that
not man
easy.
enough to choke it.
Just put your hands
What
around
a gay way to kill. You're not man enough to fucking fight it.
I know. I was like, I thought you were a Republican. Terrorize it. Yeah, dude. Bring it.
I'm gonna cut its wrists and in a hot bath.
There's actually a picture. My dad hung up the raccoon with electric wiring and had a hood on.
He's just giving it a lot of sleeping pills
What
and
was
putting
that-
it in a hot tub.
What was that thing that the Bush administration did to terrorize people, like Iraqis? What's it called?
Guantanamo?
Camp David or something? Not Camp David. That's where people go.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to get at with this joke, but I'm not educated enough to name
Whatever,
the place.
but that place where people are tortured.
Yeah. Anyway, what happened? So he told like a guy he works with, I think. I mean, my dad's gonna text me the actual details of this story when he hears this, and the guy's like, "No, dude, like, I'll just take it, pick it up, and I'll bring it upstate to a sanctuary." He's like, "I've done this before." And I was like, "All right." So this guy just came. I was like, "You help animals?"
Drown it.
Yeah, I didn't know I worked with a bitch.
I was gonna build a guillotine.
He's constructing a very small French Revolution object. And then this guy just came one day. He's like, "Hey, how are you?" He picked up the raccoon, put it in his car, and drove away. I think my dad still has the raccoon
Was
cage
your
in the
dad like, I
backyard.
want the cage back?
He still has it. He still has the cage.
Oh, did he not take the raccoon in the cage?
Or the guy gave it back to him. It's a guy
He
he
just
worked
put
with.
the raccoon in the front seat in the seatbelt.
Yeah, he put it in a baby thing in a car seat.
It's like fucking going nuts in the baby seat.
He's like, "Hey, yeah, don't worry about it." They're always fussy.
They're always like this.
That was the event. Yeah, that. And then once my sister jumped into our pool on the first day it opened and there was a dead squirrel she touched her foot on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are the only two wildlife stories we have at the Happel House.
Dude, yeah. That kind of, I didn't know there was a dead mouse in the pool, but we stayed at this Airbnb once and I went jumping in the pool at night. And then the next day we went out to the pool and there was like 2 dead mice in it. And I was like, oh, I was fucking swimming in this last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, once I was in my pool and it smelled terrible. Above ground pool, not to brag. And like, this smells disgusting. We're looking around like, we can't fit. I'm like, it smells like a dead body or something. Then there's posters all over the neighborhood. Hey, have you seen our cat? 2 and 2. We look over the fence. We're like, oh, that's a dead. Yeah, that's a dead cat.
It wasn't in the, was it in the pool?
No, it was like, it was a pool. It was our pool, a fence. And if you look over it was like someone else's backyard.
Dude, that's
there.
the only thing I like about cats, really, is that from what I've been told that they like, when they die, they like go off
They venture out.
to hide.
Yep.
Wait, did I ever tell you about the story about my ex's cats?
Well, now you got to tell me.
Dude, this one time, this girl I was dating, she had 2 cats. And I'm not like cruel to cats, but I'm not like a big cat guy.
Which I think is very fair.
I'm like lightly allergic to them too, so I'm just like,
What does
whatever.
that mean, lightly allergic?
Like if I like touch them and then start like rubbing my eyes and shit, my eyes will get all red and I'll start getting like a runny nose.
I think that's just if you rub your eyes a lot too.
If I get poop in my hands.
Like, I also, I just don't wash my hands a lot.
Yeah.
But one time I touched a cat.
But dude, so she had these 2 cats and she was like away for a week and she was like, "Can you just like watch the cats? Like you can stay at my apartment or not, but just like stop by, feed them, whatever, take care of the litter box
Right.
and shit." Okay, dude, like about a day and a half before she comes back, I show up to the apartment and one of the cats is dead. Is just fucking laid out.
Like, you go, oh.
It's just laying there, and I was like, usually they like run around.
Right. How old?
It was old.
Oh, it's an old.
He was like, he was not. It was like he was gonna die in the next like year or 2. I mean, he was an old guy, but like I just came home and I was like, "Fuck, dude," and I was like, "I'm not fucking dealing with this."
Yep.
Like, I'm not dealing with this. And what am I gonna do? Call her and be like, oh, the cat's died, and like ruin the rest of her trip.
Oh, so
Bro.
you wouldn't get paid in full.
Right. So, dude, I fucking feed the cats. I fed it.
You fed the dead cat?
I fed the dead cat.
Okay.
And then I just left.
For the whole week?
I just let her. No. This was like a day and a half before she got back from the trip. So the cat was alive for like 3.5, 4 days. It's like a day and a half. And I'm like, I'll let her find the dead cat.
Right.
You find the dead cat. And then she called me. It was like, how was Cece? How was Cece when you last saw him? And I was like, fine. Came by, fed him. I had to run to work. She was like,
full of life?
He's dead. And I was like, what?
Oh my God, where'd you find him?
No way.
Sprawled out in the living room?
No.
And she's like, yeah, that's exactly where. How'd you know? Like, that's just where I think a cat would be. I don't know.
Oh, no. Yeah, but I was like, feed.
Done.
I'm out. I'm out.
Imagine being that other cat.
I thought about that. I was like, man, I wonder if this other cat's going to start eating that one. Because they say that they do that.
Nah, but you put the food out.
Yeah, but they're sinister, those things.
You think it would eat the dead cat before
they say that they say that like if you die in the house, like that the cats will just no time passes before they start eating at you.
I think there's a little time that passes.
Yeah, when they run out of their food.
That's
and then when they start getting hungry. But like I'm pretty sure that like a dog, if the dog starts getting hungry, like they gotta be like at the end of their life before they start trying to eat their owner. Versus like a cat will go like, he's like, oh, I'm out of food. And then like the next day he's like, my tummy's grumbling. I'm going to start eating the body. Like I don't think they wait long to start nibbling at you.
I'm not a cat expert, I can't say.
Yeah.
But this checks out.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't like cats.
Like,
I don't mind cats.
You know, like I feel like a dog would hold off to eat you the same way that like a family member would hopefully hold off to eat you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas like a cat is just like, I'm hungry now. They'll just dive right in.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know if they're like hyenas or not, but like if they start with like, you know, your soft areas, your asshole, your dick, your eyes.
I mean, that's the obvious places.
Yeah.
Dude, when I went, the hard places?
Bro, when I was in Africa, bro, and we would see like the the crossings, like where like the zebras and the wildebeest have to cross over a river.
Yeah, yep.
Because like they gotta follow and there's just they gotta do it, dude. When we came back, like I think I have video of it, dude. We came back the next day. We watched the crossing, which is crazy because you just see like herds of these fucking zebra and wildebeest piling up, and then just one of them, and then in the rivers just crocodiles just fucking chilling.
Like they know what's gonna happen,
right? But they all know they gotta go, and basically they all just start building up and all start looking at each other, and then one of them is just like, "Dad, fucking, I'm going," and then the other one's like, "Fucking, let's go," and they all start going, dude, and then it's just, and then like the crocodile's like, "Let's go, boys," and it's just, you know. Everything you've seen, it's that, dude. It's so much crazy to see in real life. But then, like, you go back. Also, there's, like, crazy moments, too, where you're, like... There's, like, these, like, moments where it's, like, a war movie where there's, like... You could tell that it's, like, these, like, two, like, parent zebras. And then there's, like, the baby one.
Yep.
And the baby one's, like, stuck on, like, a ledge just above them. Like at one point we were watching, and it's like I watched this like one little group go, and it's like the mom went, the dad went, like the teenager went, but then the little one like couldn't get up and was like stuck on like a rock just above the ledge where it had to go. And there's this croc coming at it, and it's just like meh, 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 and they're standing there going meh, meh. And it's that moment where it's like slow-mo. It's like when Tom Hanks gets on the beach in D-Day. Yeah. It's like the tone comes in, and it's like everything's silent and slow. And this thing comes up, and bro, this fucking alligator was getting closer to it, and then the thing just decided to just like, I'm gonna try again, and like got up, and then the mom's even like grabbed it by the teeth, like by its like little hairs. Like it like barely fucking got up. And as soon as they get up, they're just like, thank God, let's trot off.
All right,
yeah. And then meanwhile, it's chaos behind them, dude. It's crazy.
Do you think these animals are traumatized? Do you think they can like digest trauma?
Yeah,
Or is
because
that
I
just
think
like a
it's
day?
because I think like we, from how I understand it, the reason we have like depression, part of the reason we have like depression, anxiety, and all that stuff is like it is our genetics to be like, it's our fight or flight to be ready to be like, to do that shit. Oh, we got to fight a fucking lion to live and like all that stuff. So it's like, but we don't have to do that anymore. So it comes out in this other, because it's like, oh no, I have to go to my day job again.
Right.
But we're built to be like, is there a fucking wombat? I don't even know if wombats are scary, but
That's the animal you chose?
a Wolverine?
wombat?
Is there a wild Wolverine?
Is there Hugh Jackman?
Yeah. Like that type of shit. Like, because I think like, yeah, it's just like part of, it's just like part of the deal. Like, I don't think they have like trauma per se in like the way that like,
Right.
like
There's no like depressed zebras.
No.
They don't have
No.
time.
They don't have time. But they're always like on the, like they have more purpose is like a different way to put it.
Okay.
Like it's like my purpose is to eat, live, graze, reproduce, and try not to get eaten.
Do you think that's how they think?
I don't think that they even think about it like that. I think they're just doing it.
They're just doing it.
They're just living.
They're
They're
so
in the moment. Yeah, they're in the moment.
Nothing's more in the moment than African wildlife.
Bro, nothing. And then to here, you want to talk about being in the moment, then you go back, we would go back to the crossing, like the spot that we went to the day before.
Right.
The crossing's over, but now it's fucking carcass eating time. And dude, there's fucking vultures, hyenas. Bro, I watched a fucking hyena just like start like eating at this like barely eaten but dead wildebeest, and they go right for the dick in the asshole.
Of course.
They just go right in there.
You eat the best thing first.
You get all the soft spots.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bro.
How many crossings are there? Is it a day? Like what?
It's so weird. You can, I'm pretty sure there's maps. It's all it is a gigantic herd of wildebeest and zebras that follow the seasons in like the center of Africa. And so they're basically just following like the grass growing and like shit. So it's this like, it's almost like a weather pattern. So it's pretty much anytime the herd hits a river, they got to cross that shit. And you know where the herds are based on like what the climate is and the weather is.
Right.
Because they like follow it in this like huge like almost circular pattern.
Interesting.
Like if you're looking at it like from above on a map.
So it's not just one river. It's not like
it's any time, like if you imagine if there was like herds of buffalo and they were going in a big circle around an oval in the center of the United States, anytime they hit the Mississippi River going one way, that's a crossing.
Right.
When they come back around the next day, a higher part of the river and a different part like of the land, they got to cross that again. So it's like anytime there's like a body of water that they can't walk around, we got to do a crossing.
Just figure out farming. How long have zebras been around? Just as long as us. They can't figure it out?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. You'd think they can. Well, that's what's like funny when they talk about like when they're like, oh, dolphins are smarter than humans and
don't get me started.
And octopus and cuttlefish and all this stuff. But
cuttlefish?
Yeah, like they say, well, cuttlefish are like related to like squids. They're like weird like invertebrates, but they say that they can like communicate at like such a high rate that like we can't even like comprehend. Because if you ever look at a cuttlefish, they're like strobe lights, and they think that that's like them like constantly like communicating like.
But they're not like but like they're smarter compared to what? A zebra? They're not smart compared to us.
Well, I think you have to I think it's like one of those things like you have to define like intelligence.
Well, we do it by the SAT. Unless
you show me a Scantron score from a fucking Cuttlefish,
Until
I don't want to
then-
fucking hear it.
Right.
Show me the Cuttlefish that went to Princeton.
I'll even let a Cuttlefish take the ACT. You don't want to take the SAT? That's
I'll
fine.
give you. Do this. Put a Cuttlefish through community college.
Let me know how it goes.
Prove me. Show me.
There's
Show
not-
me the proof.
There's not one dolphin with an associate's degree. Not one. So how smart are these animals?
These stupid fucks.
Yeah. Dude, dolphins are the dumbest. They used to live on the land and they chose the water. They don't even have gills. How smart are they? They're the dumbest animal. Them and whales.
Dude, I love like moron logic on that type of shit. I love that type of shit. Like, I've probably told you this, but like, I know it doesn't make sense, but dude, like if I'm in a coffee shop and there's like some like European dude who doesn't speak English that's like in front of me on a line, and they're like, can I get the how do you say muffin, and how do you say, and like in my head I'm just like, let's go, fucking retard. I'm like, what are you, fucking dumb? Like, even if the guy before his order was like, I am a, how do you say, biochemical engineer, I'm like, congratulations, retard. Order your coffee. Medium, small, or large.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
We even changed the sizes to your language. Grande, vente.
Frappuccino.
We did this all for you. And we won the war.
Christ. It's just like so.
I do hate this happens at like Chipotle when you're there and the person in front of you is looking at the menu like they have no idea what to get. It's Chipotle.
Yeah. I know, especially with Mexican food. Because Mexican food, all it is it's the same ingredients and everything. It's just how do you want it smashed together?
Right.
Do you want it in a small, like, soft wrap or a hard wrap? Or do you want it, two of them smashed together and cut like a little pizza? Do you want it in a big sleeping bag wrapped up with beans and rice? Like, do you want it on a sandwich? Like, it's just different versions of the same
thing.
shit.
Right.
Same thing with German food. It's just like, what kind of boiled sausage would you like with sauerkraut?
Right. Just pick one.
It's all the same shit.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's like at Chipotle, McDonald's. When I worked at McDonald's, for the summer I worked at McDonald's, dude, people would stare at the menu. I'm like, it's McDonald's. You haven't been here before? We've served 2 billion.
These are
Like, how do you not know? If you go to McDonald's or Wendy's or like any fast food, Chipotle, you should know exactly what you want the second you get up there.
right.
Unless you're 3 years old. If you're 3, I'll give you a break.
Or this is, I see this, and I don't know that this goes on with everybody, but it definitely happens. Like, you see, like, the fat ass, even if they're not that fat, but you could tell that they just eat garbage food 24/7.
Yes.
That the people that get up to the menu and they are like, ooh, what's that? It's like a drug addict where they're like, ooh, what am I going to get today?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a large
It's
problem
that.
for the country.
It's that. There's that, too.
Yeah.
And I don't think they don't know what they want. It's more like they know.
They're overwhelmed with the choices.
Yeah, because they're so excited.
Yes.
Because they'll probably also like I used to eat more fast food when I was a kid, and like I would go enough where I used to eat every meal I ate was
Well, the
until I
90s
was
was
like
the fast
full.
food generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would go and be like, oh, you know, I always get at least 1 quarter pounder with cheese, but like maybe I'll get a fillet of fish also, or maybe I'll get chicken nugget. Like, what's the other thing I'm gonna get?
Right.
What combination am I gonna get? Am I gonna get less fries because I'm gonna get chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Am I gonna go no fries, you know, and like 2 small sandwich? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, boy, I played the dollar menu.
bro, I used to go nuts on the dollar menu.
The dollar menu. A McDouble. Give me a McDouble, 2 fries. 2 McDoubles, a fry. Good night.
Yeah, I used to doctor up the dollar menu chicken sandwich.
What does that mean?
Like, put like, because it was just like a breaded chicken patty with like some lettuce and like mayo, but then I would put like barbecue or like honey mustard on it, and like
You'd order it that way?
no. I would get the side sauces.
Dude, if you came through the drive-thru and you said that, I wouldn't know what to do. $1 McChicken with barbecue sauce? I'd be like, no one's ever done that.
Yeah, and then a lot of people, for a while, my roommates and I were doing like taking the McChicken, but then taking the patty off it and the lettuce and the mayo, then putting it also on like a double cheeseburger.
The McGangbang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big. That was like the first secret menu item.
But it wasn't on the menu. You had to do it.
You had to do it. Right. But that was like the first like maybe viral food was the McGangbang. You would see that in, like E-Bombs World. And you're like, what?
Dude, what a fucking ridiculous name.
E-Bombs World?
No, the McGangbang.
The McGangbang. You could have called it anything else. All in the Family. Could have called it that.
It's so aggressive, dude. It's so aggressive. And I'm not one to shy away from talking about stuff like that. But just like for a sandwich
You're
name,
very well recorded.
For a sandwich name, no, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, imagine being like 10 and you're telling your parents I want to get a McGangbang and they're like, what? But that's on the menu now? You can do that?
Yeah, dude. I mean, well, do you know about the In-N-Out burger secret menu? That's like, they actually do have a secret menu.
No,
I mean, nowadays I feel like it's not like, if you live in LA, you know about it, but you basically, so on the menu, it's basically like, it's like single, double, cheese, no cheese, fries, and a drink.
Right.
There's animal style, which they put like fried onions on it. Like they like fry up onions and put it on the burger. And then there's protein style or whatever.
Oh.
And they take the burger and wrap it in like a giant piece of fucking like lettuce. And so it's like the burger without the bun.
Right. I can get behind
that. It just slides down you. Have you ever had In-N-Out?
Once. I was very drunk. I thought it was okay, which isn't good. When you're hammered and you taste something, you're like,
Right. The best burger I've had recently was, dude, I had was it last year or earlier this year? Whatever. I went to a festival in Seattle, and dude, there's this burger place up there. It's like a drive-up burger joint. Like you drive up and you walk up to the window, and like a lot of people like eat by the car, kind of
like a Sonic.
Yeah, but like, dude, it was basically like Sonic style, but they didn't come to your car. You walked up to the window and ordered. But it was like basically like a mom and pop style McDonald's.
Okay.
And it was so
What's it called?
Fucking good.
You don't remember?
I guarantee if you look up burger place in Seattle, it's like the first place that
Google
pops up. But it was, dude, it was so good. I've also recently made the decision that my favorite, I used to think like the best type of burger was like a big, fat, juicy burger. No, dude, it's smash burger is the best style burger.
Yeah, this is where I disagree with people. Not a big smash burger guy.
Oh, see, I feel like if that is more of like an American burger than like this like early 2000s like oh, I want this big fat.
No, that's what's up, dude. Like a Five Guys burger?
But Five Guys is like a smash burger.
I don't know. Is it a smash burger?
Yeah.
I don't know. Call it in.
See, you do like a smash burger.
I do like 7th Street, I will say.
I'm not a smash burger. I'm not saying the brand smash burger. I'm just talking about the style of a burger. The thinner patty.
I know the thinner patty. For fast food, it is better.
On a potato bun.
Yeah, but if I'm going out to a place, if it's smash burger, I'll very rarely order it.
See, I've turned a corner. I'm the other way now.
Interesting.
I'm like, oh, if it's like big, fat, juicy burger style, I'm not going to get it.
I like that.
I'd like those, but I prefer to make it at home.
Okay, like a Bubba burger.
You're such trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I have eaten a Bubba burger, but yeah. But yes, that style. Like, if I'm going to make it at home, I'll enjoy it more with like lettuce, onion, tomato.
A smash you're talking?
No. A fat, juicy burger.
Okay.
I prefer to make that at home than get that at a restaurant.
I also haven't had I went to Au Cheval. Supposed to be the one of, if not the best burger in the city. I was like,
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate when places are like, when they're like the best this thing in the city. It's usually bullshit.
Listen, I'll go. I'll try it out. I can confirm. Au Cheval. Okay.
What's your favorite, like, not fast food, but like trash food that you buy and make at home? Like, for example, I love Hillshire Farms cheddar sausages, which are so fucking trashy.
Is that like a microwave sausage?
You could microwave them or do them on the grill. They come in like the package.
Okay.
And it's just like, I think they're called cheddar wurst.
Cheddar wurst?
But they're just sausages with like, there's like cheese in them.
Unbelievable. That's America.
Dude, it's so good. It's
Already
so
cooked.
trashy.
Already cooked when you buy it. You just
No,
have to
no.
heat it.
You have to. It's like how you get like a hot dog. Like
Right.
like you have to warm it. You have to cook it, but it's prepackaged like
Okay.
Hillshire Farms. They
Go
make all
meat.
kinds of different
Right,
like
right.
meats and stuff.
What do I like that's like that? I mean that we're excluding like Hot Pockets from this conversation, I assume.
That's close. That's closer. Yeah, that's like frozen. You just throw it in the microwave.
Right.
Like I'm also not like averse to like growing up. Like my mom would make like boxed mashed potatoes.
That's trash.
Yo, those things. Yo,
That's
you can make
trash.
those things slap though.
Of course, but it's garbage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like powdered potatoes. Like KFC's powdered potatoes. I'm aware of that. Slaps, but it's
Right.
trash.
Right. Dude, I used to. Dude, did your dad do this? Did your mom cook growing up?
Technically.
Yeah. So like my mom would cook growing up, and but then like when she would be like away, which was like rare, but she was out of town, and like my dad was in charge of dinner. It wouldn't be all the time, but every so often he would just come home with like so much KFC. It was like KFC night.
That was the move.
Dad's in charge. Dad's in charge of dinner. Or Boston Market.
Boston
But it was
Market.
usually KFC.
Okay.
And it was like 2 buckets.
KFC
all the
was
sides.
like whatever's between like a regular Sunday and Christmas. That was KFC. It was like a fancier. That was like we're going out. Was KFC.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know though. I think Popeyes is better.
Popeyes is 1,000% better. This is not an argument to be had.
Yeah.
1,000%.
But dude, it's crazy. KFC, I wouldn't be shocked if KFC's most of their market, like most of their money is made in Europe and Asia.
I think that in Japan, that's
They
a part of
fucking
Christmas.
Love KFC. They love KFC in England.
Yep.
They're like, mate, KFC, mate. Like it's everywhere, bro.
Here it really dropped off. I don't know
Because we got
anyone that's
Popeyes. Because Popeyes.
Do you think because of the sandwich? You think that's why? Do you think that was the
I think
tide?
the chicken's just better.
I mean, it is better.
Like the last time I ate KFC, I had like horrible diarrhea, and I was
Wow.
kind of disappointed with like the breading on it and stuff. Like I know the shit could be like hit or miss. Like
Right.
I've been to some McDonald's where the sandwich was like borderline perfect, and then other times where I'm like, what is this garbage? And
Yes.
it's the same fucking sandwich, just different locations, different times of day, whatever.
It's also not. I love Popeyes, but when one moves into your area, it's time to move.
Yeah, dude. Saying that the KFC thing made me think about how like I thought about going back to the diesel truck thing. Like the truck that we had was so sick, and I'd never driven a diesel vehicle. At least I don't think that I ever have.
Okay.
Like the gas mileage on it's amazing, and all I could think about, I was like, if I could afford a car, I would buy this fucking truck. They don't even sell it in the United States.
No, because it can't run off what we have here.
Right, but maybe they made like an unleaded version, but they don't even have that. But then I started thinking, I was like, wait, all these fucking American car companies are making these statements like by 2027, all of our vehicles are going to be electric. We're no more fuel efficient vehicles. Meanwhile, they're dropping brand new diesel vehicles in Central America.
You're damn right, dude.
Like not even unleaded, diesel.
Diesel. They're going the opposite direction.
Dude, it's crazy. And honestly, the gas mileage on it is insane.
Unbelievable. It's also why it's currently 76 degrees in November. But god damn it, is it more fun to drive?
It's great, dude. And then my girlfriend and I like looked up the car like, oh, can you get it in the United States? They sell it in like Central America and in Australia. Basically places that have like off-road terrain
Capability,
stuff,
right.
you know? But like all these Reddit things of like Americans being like, we need this vehicle in the United States. It's so sick. Like,
get Biden out of office.
People want it. Yeah, the people want it.
Yeah. Bring it in, dude, for my freedom.
It's sick though too. Like when you look at the truck, like you wouldn't think that it would make this sound, but because of like I guess diesel engines, the way they sound, you turn it on and it's like
it's a man's car.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's fucking
sick. You
sick.
feel like you're in the 50s. You feel like you're in Greece.
But I'm still using CarPlay, like hooking it up to the fucking stereo and shit, and getting the GPS on there.
But other than that,
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch over to the page.
Let's do it.
All right, meet us over at the page, dude.